Hello, Rachel. For the record, can you state your full name, your TNR role, and how long you've been associated with Brandon?
Well, my name's Rachel Leigh from the Brandon 3 Tenants Association. I've been involved with the TA, it's got to be about 30 years now, and the role as chair I've been doing, I suppose, it's about the last 12 years. Not because I relished the role, though, but you know, it's hard to get someone to take that role over.
Definitely. How did you get involved with your TNRA? And I know you've touched on it a little bit, but why did you decide to become the chair of your estate?
Well, I got involved with the TA. I used to go to the meetings because I live in Laxley Close, and it was never ever mentioned on the information we got from TRA meetings, so I went along to find out why, and ended up going on the committee, which I was on for years. And then when nobody wanted chair, people were saying to me, "You take chair, why don't you take chair?" And I did. Not that I knew what I was doing at first, but you do learn as you go along.
Definitely. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you were born and raised, and what kind of dwelling you grew up in?
Well, I was born in Waterloo, in Lambeth, in a council flat, and grew up there, went to school there, and yeah, we used to live with my gran. My mum lost the family, my dad, my brother and all them. She lost all them years back, and it left just me and her, and we lived with our gran, and happy childhood.
Yeah.
Council flats were really strong and sturdy then.
I know you mentioned previously when I was here about your relationship with your mum and how that kind of strengthened your passion for the community and for defending her and defending your neighbours.
I think being on my own with my mum was a lot to do with it, because you know, I felt like I had to stand up for her, you know. So anything to do with council issues, when I went to meetings, I would always speak for her. And I was the same at school as well. You know, you don't want the earth, you just want a little bit to live on. And you want your rights. And when you're having stuff done, you want value for money. You don't want wars, you want the council and yourself to be a team. But just lately it's becoming them and us. And the team effort has gone. So, and you don't want wars with the council, you just want the job done and value for money.
Yeah, definitely. Drawing on your past employment or voluntary role activities, what experience do you feel you bring to your TNRA? Well,
it's knowing the estate, knowing the people that live on the estate. They all seem to ring me up with their problems, and which I've made a rod for my own back, really. And once someone plants a seed in my head, I do like to carry it through. Again, only getting what they should be getting. And a lot of people can't speak on a phone and, you know, don't want to be involved with the officers, but they do have a problem. So, you know, I hope that, well, I know that I do help them. I get lots of thank you cards from them when their issues are solved. So I feel like I'm helping my little neck of the woods.
What is the most difficult challenge you've experienced as chair of Brandon 2?
I think it was when I'd done an LVT case, going to Leaseholders Valuation Tribunal, which we won. That was a year-long process, you know, with paperwork, and a lot of it went over my head, but I stuck in with it. I learnt how to read a specification. It was an education, but a worrying education at the time. But we done it, we got through, and quite a few of our leaseholders benefited from it. And, you know, problems on the estate, we've got roads fixed, we've got it done, you know, we've pestered the council. We felt like we've been doing their job a lot. We've got football pitches built, places made for the children, all the concrete walls knocked down. You know, that was all through us keep complaining. So I feel that the TA has done a good job on this estate. We're in the green, which means we don't need much help. But I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, because we're letting them off with their responsibilities.
But what would your advice be then to any chair now who's perhaps feeling as if they're in their greatest challenge at the moment, whether it's with the council planning or with residents' behaviour or anything? What would your advice be in terms of meeting that difficult challenge?
Well, I think if you've got a strong TA, I know it's hard to get people to meetings, you know. We do talk to them, we do say don't forget the meeting, we do plaster our leaflets around in the blocks when the meetings are. But I think you need a good TA and you should all work together. You know, it shouldn't just be put on the chair, because the chair is like the deciding vote, really. You're no more important than anybody else on the TA, which a lot of chairs think they are. You know, and it's, you know, people do come to you and people do know you more than the rest of the TA, but I think, you know, you should all work together, and if your TA is strong, it works.
And what do you say then for a member who feels that perhaps the chair is overbearing or too much in control or not sharing enough information? What would your advice be to the member who might think, is this all really worth it? You know, is it worth me going to the meetings? Or, you know, what would your advice be to that person in terms of staying in the TNRA and working through these sometimes difficult relationships that sometimes occur within TNRAs?
Yeah, there is a lot, and I suppose there's people that think that about me. But I would like them to approach me on it, not through... Sorry.
Don't worry, I'll let it out, don't worry.
No. Hello, Bill. Yeah. Right.
How many bills are there? Oh, is it different?
Okay. Okay then, Bill.
Yeah, please.
All right, it's just what, you know, the other people, we was talking all about it, and okay then. Yeah. Well, I did say to him, you know, I don't know whether we should ask for a letter because there was enough of us there to witness what was said. So, okay then. Right, thank you, Bill. Thank you. Thanks for ringing back. Bye. Bye. I asked for a letter saying that painting is a goodwill gesture. Could I have a letter stating that for leaseholders? And he said, I won't write a letter. Because it was already in the plans to make good the bit that they took out. But they weren't, so I said, that's when I said to them, well, there was enough people there to witness what was said. You know, so anyway.
Yeah, well, you know, if you need a witness.
So there was enough of us there, wasn't there?
I'll be there.
Yeah, what was we talking about?
We were talking about for any member who's finding themselves with a perhaps overbearing or
yeah, that's right.
A dictatorial chair. Not necessarily yourself, but just in general,
Yeah, well, I think you can be a little bit like that sometimes, I suppose, if you've been doing it for so many years. But I'd like to feel that if anybody had a problem with me chairing or thought that I was a bit overpowering, I'd love them to come and approach me. And if not in front of people, perhaps we could sit down and have a one-to-one. And find out, you know, what they don't like about the way we conduct the meetings. I do hope I keep them informed. I go to forum meetings. I used to go to cleaning meetings, but it's getting all too much for me now. I go to as many as I can, but I do like to keep them informed on what's going on everywhere. And they do rely on you for that information, which I wish more of them would go to the meetings. We have got some of our TA that go to the meetings, but I hope they don't feel like that, and I have enough people ringing me up, so I'm hoping I don't ever come across like that to anybody.
I think one thing that, from my point of view, coming from a governor background, some of the training that I encountered was